The beginning stages of a relationship are never easy. Trying to figure out whether a guy likes you can be quite confusing and frustrating, trust me. But the fact remains that when a guy likes you, there are clear markers. Watch out for these 10 telltale signs. If you're at a party, he comes up to you and strikes up a conversation. If you're not in the same immediate vicinity, he reaches out to you. Finding an excuse to talk to you doesn't require much creativity. If he wants to get your attention, he'll think of something. If he doesn't demonstrate an interest in talking to you, he doesn't initiate, or maybe he cuts a conversation short and makes an exit, then it's a clear sign he probably doesn't like you in that way. Initiating is only one phase though. If a guy likes you, he'll take it beyond that and actually ask you out. If he doesn't, then he may just see you as a friend, or maybe he's interested in hooking up with you, but he's not interested in dating you. When we like someone, we can't get enough. We want to know every detail, every story, even the insignificant ones. If a guy asks you a lot of questions about yourself and your life and shows a genuine interest in who you are and what you like, he is investing in you. You may notice he talks about himself. This is because when a guy likes you, he wants to impress you. He wants you to think highly of him. Now, some guys might just do this because they have fragile egos and something to prove. So watch out for guys who only talk themselves up. But if a guy shows you a serious and genuine interest in learning all about you, then that is a big sign he likes you. A guy might come across all slick, but his body language can tell you a lot about how he really feels. Mirroring is one way to assess if he's into you. If you notice that he mimics your body language, it means he's trying to connect to you and is completely focused on you. Other body language cues to look out for is if he leans in when talking to you, pointing his feet towards you and maintains eye contact. Usually when a guy likes you, he'll give you that deep penetrating stare. It's that kind of thing that you just know it when you see it. If he avoids eye contact, positions his body away from you, doesn't encourage conversation or volunteer anything about himself, or maintains distance from you, he's not feeling it. If a guy likes you, he'll act a little different when he's around you. He might seem a bit nervous and fidgety, or maybe he tones down his usual macho attitude. You may notice he seems a little flustered, or maybe even blushes a bit when you talk to him. If he behaves differently with you than other people in his life, it's a sign that he holds you in a different regard. Pay attention to the way he is with his friends and other people to get a baseline for how he usually acts. Some guys just have flirty personalities, it's who they are. This is where a lot of girls get confused. They get all wound up because some guy totally swept them off their feet. He got their number, they had a flirty conversation, she texts him, and then nothing. The problem is that particular guy flirts with every girl. That's just his way of being. If a guy is into you, he'll pay close attention to your appearance and won't be shy about letting you know it. Compliments are his way of telling you he notices you and wants to make you feel good. The only caveat is if it's a guy who's already a close friend of yours. In that case, he might be complimenting you to be nice and doesn't think you'll take it the wrong way. Men are visual creatures, much more so than women. The first thing that will spark a guy's interest is a woman's appearance, and that's just the way it is. If he notices your appearance and compliments you, it's a pretty clear sign he likes you. Touching someone else and being touched is a super important way of gauging how interested and how intimate he wants to be with you. And a great way to figure out how he feels is to watch how he reacts to touching you and being touched by you. Guys who are interested would generally find excuses to touch you, like touching your hand when he laughs, or brushing your leg with his without moving it away, or even giving you hugs for the flimsiest of reasons. Here's one thing to remember. If he's typically a shy person, he might jump a little bit when you touch him. That doesn't mean he doesn't like you. Keep watching him to see the truth. If he's interested in you, he might have told his friends, or they might have guessed it from him in the first place. Whatever the reason, when you're around him and his friends, watch his friends closely. If they start making subtle jokes and making fun of him and the thrust is that he's interested in you, then he probably likes you. One thing to avoid here, watch out if one of his friends tells you he likes you when you haven't gotten that vibe from him at all. His friend might be looking out for himself to your detriment. A very good subconscious sign to look for is if he's mirroring your actions back at you. This is often an unconscious tell that people have that they're interested in someone. He won't even know he's doing it. If you make a gesture and then notice he makes the same gesture soon after, it means he's probably interested in you. A great way to let him know you're interested too, subtly, is to copy his actions as well. Touch your face after he touches his, smooth your hair when he smoothes his, and so on. This one is kind of obvious, but if he follows you around, he wants to be close to you and therefore he's interested in you. If he sits down at the same table as you for lunch or follows you to the break room at work, he wants to be closer to you. We've all been in that schoolyard where if one boy likes a girl, instead of telling her, he would be really mean to her and tease her all day just to get a reaction. That instinct doesn't change much in adult life, but it does become a little more ironic. If he teases you at all, definitely pay attention. Is it a fun, gentle tease? If so, it could totally mean that he's attracted to you. But be aware, younger guys are the most likely to use this tactic to demonstrate interest. However, if he teases every girl he flirts with, it might just be his style. But if you're the only girl he teases, chances are that he's got feelings for you. Maybe you change the way you do your hair, or put on different makeup, lip, or even change your hair color. Whatever it is, if he notices and compliments you on it, it's a big sign that he's interested. That's because if he notices, he's paying special attention to how you look, which means that he's attracted to you. If he compliments you, even better. That means he's trying to get closer to you. If the guy you like is demonstrating some of these signals, congratulations. There's a good chance that he's interested in you. The best way for you to demonstrate your interest is to be receptive to his signals and to look for excuses to spend time alone with him. That's it on this episode of Daily Break TV. To stay tuned for more and watch more episodes like this one, be sure to hit that subscribe button.